In this video, I'm gonna break down how I took this 10-foot by 14-foot loft office space from this to this. So over the past 4 months, I've been building out my dream YouTube studio and home office. I've always been a big fan of these YouTube office tour videos where you get an opportunity to peel back the curtain and get a look into someone else's creative space. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do in this video today. I'm gonna break down why I set up my office the way that I did, give you a little tour of the office space itself, and leave you with some of my biggest takeaways on building your own office. So let's get into it. You ever just have those days that you're just feeling out of it and loopy? That is 1,000,000% today. Hi, I'm Sam. I'm a travel filmmaker. If for some reason this is your first time on the channel, what up? It would be cool if you tossed a little like and subscribed. That always helps for these kind of videos. This isn't really my normal style of video on this channel. I'm mostly in the travel space, but I really enjoy building out my office to make it fit my creative lifestyle. I'm a full-time YouTuber, travel filmmaker, and I really like having a space that I can come back to and feel like I want to create. Okay, so let's get into the thought process behind how I put together my office here. The first thing I have written down right here is that this, for me at least, is a YouTube studio as much as it is an office. So functionality was one of the biggest factors that I had to take into account while I was putting together my office. I had to make this office extremely modular so I can move it around and shoot in different angles. I did small things like set up my Alexa to enable all of my lights so I can connect very easily when I'm shooting to my lighting setup. And on top of that, I'm in a loft, so I had to make sure that I soundproofed this as much as possible to make the sound not insanely echoey. And so that's why I have the wall panels and the sound panels on the roof and all these little intentional things that I had to think about before building out this office that were important to me specifically. My second note is I'm in my office a lot, all the time. So I need it to be a place that creatively inspires me, a place that I really want to sit down and work. So when you look in the background here, you'll notice a lot of prints and a lot of travel-inspired shots because I really want to remind myself that even though I'm here in my office working, that I'm a travel filmmaker by trade. So I want to inspire myself every now and then while I'm looking around that's what I want to do. I want to be able to get out of the office and go make things. Another thing I had to keep in mind was my personal brand and aesthetic, if you will. For me, I really like this cozy, warm kind of like earthy tones with the black and the wood. And since my videos outside of these office tours are very cinematic and powerful, I tried to keep that dark, moody lighting with the wood and have a setup for YouTube that kind of looks a little moodier to kind of match my aesthetic. Now we're gonna walk through the actual office itself, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about the individual elements of the office in case you're interested in any individual thing. Alexa, turn off dark mode.
Okay.
Hi, welcome to my home office tour. So let's start here. The very first thing that you will see when you walk in is this insanely nice couch. This is the first time I actually splurged. That's a word? Splurge is a weird word. Splurged on a couch like this, and it wasn't necessarily cheap, but it's something that I know I'm gonna have for a very long time, and I am very happy with how it looks. It's very classy, very elegant. This is a canvas print from my Escape to Iceland film. Canvas over regular prints. They're cheaper, they don't reflect light as much, and they still look really good. Fun fact, there's a window on the other side of this, and so that's why this covers the window. So daytime it actually kind of glows a little bit, and then I can take it off and actually get a breeze. All of these lights, they're all actually connected to Alexa. Alexa, turn on office lights. So basically all the lights that you see are connected to Alexa. It didn't take as long to do as I would have thought. These are smart curtain tracks. You just connect with an app. All of these lights are just plugged into Alexa enabled like outlet switcher things. They're super easy to get on Amazon. Took a kind of second to get used to, but it's insanely convenient to just ask Alexa to turn the lights on and off, and it works very well. And I've fallen in love with it. This is my very really fake plant. I had a real one in my last office that I was really proud of, but I travel a lot and I'm not able to water the plants as much as I would like to, and I don't like watering plants around all my gear, and so we have a fake one. So I'm a fake, I'm a fraud, I apologize, I'm sorry. I have these kind of soundproof panels. I use this space for creating as much as I do editing, so I really need the soundproofing to be as good as possible. It's a loft, it's kind of echoey. This helps a lot. The curtains help a lot, and all of these panels, which you see that surround this whole office, I'll talk about them in a second because I know a lot of you are curious, but they're actually sound deadening too. So that's fine. Okay, let's make our way over to the desk because this is where things get very, very fun. This right here is the Flexispot Pro Plus Standing Desk E7 solid wood top. Overall, it is just an incredibly built desk that looks amazing, especially for a sit-stand desk. I was very skeptical of standing desks because I thought they were all a lot of fluff, and once I got this sent in, it was insanely easy to put together. But more than anything, it just looks really, really good. It's real wood. It's so insanely strong, and I've been using the standing feature much more than I thought I would because I'm getting a little old and I edit a whole lot and my back actually hurts like crazy, which is why they sent this over and I'm extremely grateful. It's also why I got this chair. This is the ergonomic back support OC13 chair from Flexispot. Originally I had a very trendy kind of leather chair, but it was kind of like something that my neck would just kind of be flopping around when I wasn't actually like leaning forward, and so this is really nice because I can lean back and keep my spine aligned. And my favorite thing hands down about this chair is I found it so hard to find a good looking chair that also supports your back, and this does both so well. This is my desk setup in general that I'm really, really stoked on. Again, canvas prints. I got them from a canvas website. They were all relatively cheap when it comes to prints. I will link it down below. A great way, again, to get your own work up. Hi, Editor Sam here, looking like booty. I was talking about canvas prints and how they're a great way to get your work up while I was pointing at work that wasn't mine. This is shot by my buddy Luke, by my buddy Chris Baladeras, and by my buddy Luke Jackson Clark. I was on all of the trips, but I wanted to say these are not mine. It's also a great way to just support your friends and put their art on the wall. That is a shot that's mine, but these are not. Just thought I should clarify that. So, okay, back to the video. Super easy. These are the Edifier speakers. They look great, sound great. Can't really ask for much more. I run everything off my M1 MacBook Pro. It's an absolute beast. And then I run it into this monitor, which is the ViewSonic VP3881a 38-inch ultra widescreen monitor. I'm absolutely obsessed with this monitor. I think it brings the entire office setup together. If you haven't ever used an ultra wide monitor, the moment you get one, you fall in love with them. I could never, it's like whenever I edit on my Mac now, I'm so sad because I miss this screen. Not only is it just so big, it just looks really good. It's so high def. It's a ColorPro monitor. The colors are absolutely insane. And overall, I really think the monitor just brings in this whole desk setup. It's like the focal point of the desk setup, and it just looks really, really good. Up there, we got a little Nanlite that I hang up to kind of highlight the prints. Super, super easy. These are their new PavoTubes. They're insanely light, and I just drilled in one of their holders right there. And then I can just flip it off, which is awesome. That adds a lot. So let's come over here. I haven't talked about, so these lights actually, you know, I put a little diffuser. They were pretty easy. They're just LED strip lights that I put a diffusion strip over. It's not as hard to do. I just didn't want them to be like the TikTokers that have those tacky lights on top, and it just really brings in this super clean look. And again, I can control them and turn them on and off, as I can with these shelf lights, which kind of illuminate all these. Again, they're just LED strips with diffusion. The diffusion I'll leave down below. It does amazing things. I'm going crazy. This is my my little shelf of equipment. I got my R3 right here. Got all my juicy little Canon lenses. Got my Mavic 3 Classic. I got my Ego right here. I got the most unnecessary thing in this entire office, which is this floating light bulb, which I think is kind of cool. Well, it's worth 80 bucks. No! But I think it's, you know, adds a bit of character. Then this is my little camera shelf. All these are mostly Canons. These are my Super 8s. They're both broken at the moment. That's the downside of buying a camera that's 50 years old. This film camera is actually from my grandpa, which is really cool. And then I want eventually them to all be Canon, because I'm team Canon all the way. But these were my dad's old film cameras. So for now we have Minoltas, which I don't even know if that exists anymore. Maybe it does. You tell me. We got my Nanlite whenever I do YouTube. A lot of people have like talk about trying to make their setups like super easy to just click record and just turn on a light and having it in one place. But I wanted this to be very modular, and so I can set up so many different looks. So I couldn't just put a key light, like mount it into a ceiling and just hold it. I needed something that I can move around. This Forza is super light and very easy. And so when I do any kind of YouTube videos, I just set that light up and provides a very nice soft key light, like in those intro shots that you saw. It's great. We come over here, mixing up much more lighthearted. One of the stupidest pictures I've ever taken in my life. This was where the turtleneck was born. It was one of the very first trips. If you've seen any of my past office tour videos, I've had this for a very long time. And like I said, these canvas prints are an opportunity to just show your character, and they're super easy, and they're also really light, and you can't really break them. And so I like the fact that I can just take it off. And now I have a whole nother YouTube backdrop. Everyone's gonna ask me about this. These right here. These are wood panels from the wood veneer hub. And oh my God, I cannot say enough good things. I bought this set of panels right here, or maybe the set behind you. I don't know, the smoked wood oak panels. I bought these originally. So many people hit me up about them. And so I was like, you know what? Why not reach out to them? I reached out to them and they sent me all of these black ones. I cannot say enough good things about it. These panels right here, again, they're from the wood veneer hub, super easy to install, very lightweight. Why I chose to invest in them in the first place is you can take them from every single spot you ever go to whatever your next place is gonna be. And I find that so insanely helpful. They're my favorite thing about my whole office. Literally every single person that walks in here asks me about them. They're sound deadening, so they have a little bit of a felt liner behind them, which helps with the deadening of the sound. Again, YouTuber, I gotta keep it clean, and they just look so insanely good, and they really bring the entire office together. I have a 5% off link-a-rooney down below if you want to help a brother out. Grab one because they're great. They step up every room. A minimal backdrop that looks really good for, say, an ad read. If you could please just hang out with me for a second while I talk about the sponsor of this video, which is my good friends over at Cuts Clothing. Whoa, that's crazy. These are some mighty fine, good looking shirts we got going on. That was dumb. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that Cuts has been supporting me, and it's a sponsor that I've stood behind for like 3 years now, because I genuinely only wear Cuts clothing head to toe besides my shoes. I'm wearing all Cuts right now. Spring and summertime is rolling around. Everybody needs just a good looking shirt that they can have in their wardrobe that looks good with everything. My favorite thing about Cuts is their colors are just very beautiful. They feel amazing. They last an insanely long time, and it's genuinely a product I stand behind 1,000,000%. And you can get 15% off using the link in my description or code Sam Newton as always. Thank you so much, Cuts Clothing, for sponsoring this video. If you're watching this, you're trying to upgrade your life and step it up, and an easy way of doing that is by getting high quality clothes for the rest of your life. Cuts Clothing, it's the way to go. Okay, so I wanted to end this video on this note. This right here is what my office looks like 9 out of 10 days. I'm a very messy person. I'm not that organized, and my stuff's just kind of laying around. I got dishes, gaff tape, wires. The photo of Sam Colder isn't always here, but it's an office tour tradition to put that in. But the reason I bring this up is pretty important, and I'm gonna take a knee here and come a little closer while I tell you this. I think these office tour videos on YouTube are quick to make you feel like shit, because it's easy to see somebody with the sickest setup and think, well, if I don't have a setup like that, then I'm not gonna be able to make YouTube videos or make films or do the things that I wanna do. And that's so far from the truth. I've been doing this for 10 years now, and while I'm so humbled and honored to have an office space that I can create more videos like this and connect with you guys, the reason why I'm on YouTube and do well at it and make the films that I make isn't because I have an office like this. I've been doing this for 10 years. I started off on a kitchen table. I started off editing next to my bed and just worked year after year to get a better setup each and every time. And whether or not you need to make films and YouTube videos on the floor of your apartment or make a film with your iPhone, don't let these fancy office tours or the next piece of tech stop you from going out there and making the films that you need to make and doing the work that you know you need to do. Because whether you're on a laptop and a kitchen table or you have a full decked out office space, you have to go out and make sure you remind yourself why you're doing what you're doing. And I think that's so important, and I think it kind of gets lost in these office tours sometimes. So enjoy yourself, make your office your own, make it as cool as you can possibly make it if you can. But if you can't right now, don't let it be an excuse to not go make the things that you need to make. So I just wanted to end on that note. I appreciate you guys making it all the way to the end. If you did, comment, did anyone else notice Sam wasn't wearing pants? I think that'll confuse some people. Might be fun. I appreciate you making it to the end of such a long video. You are the realest. If you want to help me out, it helps so much if you go to cutsclothing.com with the link in the description. Grab some t-shirts, hoodies, whatever you need. 15% off code Sam Newton. And as always, stay creamy.